Once more, by welcome to Podcast Now PS Edition. I am Alex. In this video, I want to discuss why Battlefront 2 desperately needs Ahsoka and Ventress to come to their game. Now, these are two characters that are so, I think, very, very popular among the fan base and absolutely need to be included into this game. Now, the question is it going to happen? Obviously, that's the biggest one. There's been such back and forth, even from people at DICE. Going back a few years ago, one of them basically saying, like, hey, there's going to be more females included, to then at this point still no female. I mean, there's been things like that being called out or have been called out in regards to Ventress and Ahsoka. But I even talked about it on Podcast Now with Ahsoka being, like, absolutely necessary. The game... Because you could look at this as a negative, right? The game desperately needs them. Here's the deal with this game. It's continued to pick up popularity. The game has honestly never been more popular and better, right? I think obviously I think more people were probably playing this game like day one, day two than now, but the game is selling outrageous amounts of copies, and the game is really, really good. This is the year of Clone Wars. This is the year of Ahsoka's return. This is a year of such anticipation, and you look at the game, and even you look at BB-8 and BB-9E, like, I like them. I think they're really cool. I actually like BB-9E better, which I think I am in the minority for that. But you look at those two characters, I have seen people throw this around that they're kind of like glorified reinforcements. And you know what? I can kind of agree. When you look at these two characters, you look at them and you say, is this really like the same thing? Like, is this the excitement that we got when we got, like, I guess to insult them a little bit, like real heroes and villains? Like when Grievous dropped, that was massive. When Dooku dropped, when Anakin, when Obi-Wan, when all these characters dropped, they were massive. You couldn't even play in the heroes versus villains. You couldn't even play as them for like days, because unless you were like the first one in a lobby, because they'd be taken. BB-8 and BB-9E, they were literally available the first time I jumped into a match. And again, that's not to take away from them. I think they're really cool and they're very different, but you look at them and it's like you just don't have the, like, I don't know, like the launch celebration, or like the party celebration that you have with all these other characters where they're like such big deals. And again, like the desperately needs part, this is a big year for Battlefront, I think, in general, because it's continued to gain popularity, it's continued to get better, and 2019, especially like the second half of 2019, was a really big time for Battlefront. Like, people got into it, they did the whole celebration pack at the end of the year, like it's never been, like I said, a better combination of good and popular at the same time, and you got to capitalize on that, especially with, last year had Episode 9, but, like, that's very divisive. For Clone Wars, this is, like, fantastic. And then you have The Mandalorian in October again. So, like, this is a year of, like, Star Wars television. Is it less people that are going to watch the television than watch the movie? Well, yeah, but, like, these are, like, people that are invested, right? These are really big fans. And people that are playing these games or playing Battlefront 2, they want these characters. Now, I throw Ventress in. One, I really like her. I think she's phenomenal. Two, it would be so cool to see her in a video game like this. It would be absolutely incredible. And three, because you need a villain to the hero of Ahsoka. So Ahsoka really is the one that obviously everybody wants. And that's the part too. It's like, if Battlefront 2 is becoming, and it kind of already has been, this game that just keeps getting things added to it, and is a game that could sustain itself for a while. I think Battlefront 3 will eventually come. I think it's only probably a few years out, to be quite honest with you. But if we're still hanging on to like at least another year's worth of content for Battlefront 2, it's like it's the world's worst kept secret that like everybody out there if you ask somebody, hey, would you prefer Ahsoka to be in or not be in Battlefront 2? I don't know who's gonna tell you like, no, I'm happy with what we got. We don't need Ahsoka. It's like, well, maybe you don't need it. So maybe someone would say, but like, do you want Ahsoka? I don't really know who turns down Ahsoka, because, I mean, she just is such an amazing character. So again, and Ventress obviously just comes along for the ride, which is fine. But again, like, these are requested people like Mace Windu, Padme, Qui-Gon, Jango Fett. I mean, these are okay, and you can't fit all of them, okay? And some of them I feel like would obviously be held off until Battlefront 3, which I think, you release Battlefront 3 and you have like Jango Fett, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon, all these different characters. I mean, that's very, very cool. I think that probably would be the case, but like Ahsoka Ahsoka should have been in this game at launch. I truly do believe that. I mean, yeah, they were playing from behind. They barely had any heroes in the first one, so they had, just the fact that they had a couple new heroes in this game is still something. But again, you don't have characters like Obi-Wan and things like that. And it's like, man, you're really starting out from the back, and you have to like get your way up there. And they did. To their credit, they definitely did. But Ahsoka is one. It's like she should have been like right next up. Like I had always said, I like BB-8, I like BB-9E, but they're just like bowling balls. They're just rolling balls. Like they're not really anything. Like Ahsoka's just sitting over there, like doing nothing, right? But again, it is a situation where it's like you gotta capitalize, and that's where the desperation part comes in. Like Battlefront 2 is in a good spot. Okay, it's never actually been in a better spot. And so, do they need Ahsoka and Ventress? No. Actually, they don't. And that's actually sucks, because if they know that and if they truly believe that and follow that, then guess what? We probably won't get them. But you can look at that from a reverse point of view as well. It's like, well, they don't need it, but the game is just at such a high, and it's like you want to keep it. You don't want to drop it. And yeah, there's plenty of other stuff they need to do, right? They need to give some work to different modes like Galactic Assault and stuff like that. Like there are things they need to improve and add upon in this game in 2020. But in general as well, like if you want to make a big splash at some point this year, just imagine what bringing Ahsoka to your game would do. It would be absolutely incredible. I mean, it would just, people would be happy with your game. You'd buy yourself numerous months where it's like, hey, we gave you Ahsoka, we're good now for a while. And obviously they wouldn't do that, but like I think people would give them months off of like criticizing, saying, hey, I feel like we need this or that, if they gave us Ahsoka. Honestly, I truly do believe that. And yeah, it's a little bit later into its lifespan. I understand that. Maybe it is just flat out too late. Maybe they're maybe they are. Maybe they're saving them. And again, Battlefront 3 releases, and you have like Qui-Gon, you have Mace Windu, you have Ahsoka, you have all these, and then you have Padme maybe, and you have Ventress on the villain side. You add a couple extra villains there. I mean, like they could just be waiting for that. That's totally something that could be happening, but it's a missed opportunity. At the end of the day, I think they would just be missing an opportunity for Battlefront 2 right now. But we just have to wait and see. This is definitely the year of Ahsoka. I mean, Clone Wars being very popular. Rumor has it she's getting her own show in the fall. I mean, you literally can't bank off of her popularity more than right. And that's the biggest thing. If you wait for Battlefront 3, fine, at least we'll get her. But, like, is that 3 years out? And then that's like, okay, well, is she still in shows? Is she still around in 3 years, Ahsoka? Or have they moved on from her? Whereas right now, like, 2020, this is her year. Like, literally, this is her year. Maybe she even appears in The Mandalorian. So, there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential this year. I feel like they'd just be wasting that. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think that Battlefront 2 needs these characters? Do you think these characters would be added? Or do you think they are just waiting for Battlefront 3? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. We do daily videos on this channel, so a video every single day. So we'll have videos over the weekend, and I hope to see you guys there.